I'm doing a live from my phone. So let's see if I can set this up and you guys can see what's going on. I am making soap live. Let's see. Don't know. I think I'm going to have to take it out of the case. Gonna have to take it out of the case and put you in my... This is the first time I've used my phone like this. Straight to YouTube. I usually download a streaming app. Try not to get it out of here without losing you. So I usually do Streamlabs or something. I haven't been able to get it to work. It's probably because I haven't downloaded the newest thing. You're going to walk around my house for a second. Sorry. I have to grab my mount because my phone keeps falling. So I need my handy-dandy mount. This is live. Real things happen in real life. I want you guys... I've been trying to do a live with my camera set up, and it's just not connecting. I don't know what's going on, so now I'm doing it this way. So you're in my kitchen. Sorry, it's kind of shaky. I'm trying to make room for my mount, for my stuff. Hey, say hi. I should be able to see comments. Like I said, just kind of testing this out. I'm making a batch. Pardon my hand a second. Get you in there. Sorry about all the... Okay, no, don't power off. I'm touching a button on my phone. No, don't power off. Okay. Ooh. I gotta find my viewfinder. You're on this side now. Not on that side. Okay. Now I gotta get it where you can see what's going on. Trial and error. Just bear with me. I'm trying to get all the angles in. Make it where you can see. Is landscape probably the best option? I don't know. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you... that window is bright. Let's move you down. See my messy kitchen. All my fruits and veggies from our garden. Let's move you down. Let's move all my stuff. Let's move all the stuff. Let's get the light out your face. I hope my kids... we're going to be quiet, so no guarantees with that. I'm going to call and cancel your package. That's what I'm going to do. Just kidding. No, the package didn't come. I just ordered it today. Crazies. Okay. How's that? We're crooked. Holy Toledos. Can I get my craft together? Thanks for watching and hanging out while I get my... I promise we'll get started in just a wee bit. A wee little bit. I want you to be able to see... My face isn't important. I want you to be able to see the magic. It's still lopsided. If you're okay with that, I'm okay with that. So, thank you for sticking around. If you don't know who I am, I'm Cassie. I am the soap maker here at 3H Farms, Texas Soap Company. We are a small farm here in Texas, and I just like to share how I make our soaps, and I like to just chat with people. And I'm out of breath now, so give me just a minute to catch my breath. I can't say I'm a third generation soap maker, but my great grandmother made soap. I'm sure my grandmother made soap with her mother, but I never got their recipes passed down. So I had to do the old school, get every soap making book and dive deep into YouTube and find all the soap making creators. And I highly, of course I don't have my notifications down. I'm sorry. Watch my fingers, Cassie. Okay. So, I'm coming live to you today to just share how I make our goat's milk soap. This is going to be an easy one. Today we're going to do a loofah soap. And when we're done making the loofahs, we're going to pour the rest into the slab mold. I usually make a giant batch, so today is going to be a smaller batch, a little bit smaller than what I normally make. So, and I have handy dandy bubble wrap, never goes to waste, to make the honeycomb top. I'm so excited that this is actually working. I can't see comments though. Let's see. Can I pop up live chat? All messages are visible. Can I welcome to live chat? Remember to guard your privacy. Okay, I'm not seeing chats. Save, highlight, share. I don't want to mute the microphone. Some messages, such as potential spam, may not be visible. Okay, live chat is activated. So, you still can't see very good. I wonder how I'm going to get you to see good. Well, anyways, so sorry today is kind of like, it was unplanned. This is how my AD, I'm just like, you know what? I haven't been live on YouTube in a minute. I did it. I made a man inspired soap. Let me show you that before we get started. Or I'll just record it or something and share it on here, like do a little quick clip. But this smells, uh-oh, are you there? It said reconnecting. I guess my internet is gonna be bad. Living in the country has its perks, but our internet not so much. Sorry. So anyways, back to what I was saying. This soap is made with very earthy essential oils. I did use a premium fragrance oil and I blended it with some essential oils, but the premium fragrance oil, they start from natural ingredients, which is amazing. I use Nurture soap, and there's a couple of them out there. Essential Depot, that's where I get all my lye. So Essential Depot, they have amazing essential oil and premium fragrance oils. And sometimes using a fragrance oil can be safer than essential oil. I know, don't come at me with your essential oils are completely natural logic. Sometimes they're not naturally stripped of their oils. Sometimes they're alcohol processed. Sometimes there's things that they can do. And then also, if you do not dilute essential oils properly, you can hurt someone. So make sure you're doing your research, make sure you're using a soap calculator, and make sure you're using an essential oil calculator. They're all free on the interweb. You can find them at soapcalc.net. And when I get time to edit these descriptions, I'll be popping those links in the descriptions like all the other amazing little YouTubers that do that. I'm a one lady show right now, so I don't have an editor and I don't have all that. So apologies for not having all the fancy links in my description. I did put our website link on there. So anyways, back to what I was saying. Essential oils and premium fragrance oil blend. And it smells amazing. Very woodsy, very manly, very fresh, clean. It's got a little mint. It's got a little oak, patchouli, tiny bit. You don't want to add a lot of patchouli. Sometimes people don't like it. I'm not a huge fan unless it's mixed with something. So let's get to the soap today. What I'm doing today is a natural honey and oat soap. I have this amazing, I've already made a batch. This is from the first batch I made. I have tasted this, but I need to buy more because it's from our local county. Parker County is the county we live in, and they have a few people that have bees, but this is the only actual Parker County honey that I have found at the store. A store that sells our soaps exclusively. Not exclusively, but I meant they sell this exclusively, but they have our soaps there. So I'm using the Parker County honey for that store. So I've already made them a batch, but I wanted to make it come out so beautifully. It smells so amazing with just the natural sugars from the honey. I'm making another batch because I really think it's going to be a really good seller. So I have weighed out my honey for this batch. Usually I put a sodium lactate, which is a natural ingredient derived from the sugars of vegetables. But since this honey will thicken our soap up, we are not going to use that today. So let's get to the dangerous part, which is the lye making. That's why my children are sent out and away, because I'm doing the lye portion. I'm going to put this on my scale. I'm going to zero it out. And when I am doing lye, I will measure it by grams. Grams is just more accurate. I do ounces for my oils, and then I'll switch it over to grams and see, because you really have to be precise. And I really want to make sure I'm not adding too much lye or not enough. So I have like a tiny bit left in this bottle. So I'm going to finish this off. Double check the recipe always. Okay. I mean, this literally had maybe a gram of like the tiniest amount. It was just there at the bottom. When you're working with lye, make sure you're wearing gloves, long sleeves and goggles, and a mask if you're using water instead. But I'm using frozen ghost milk. It's not going to fume up if this was just water. And I'm not standing over it, and I have high ceilings, got a fan going out, and it's well ventilated. I'm not going to stand over and talk, but we're well ventilated. Oh, let me double check the grams because I looked at ounces. Getting close. Okay, now I'm going to just switch it over to ounces and just double check that way. We're good to go. Perfect. And then I have my great big countertop. My island is where all my soap making supplies are. One day I have a soap studio, but I don't have the space in there, and I don't have the internet access to make the soap. I don't have a sink basin, so I just make my soap right now in our kitchen, and we're saving up to build a bigger place so I can manufacture in a bigger place. But I really do like being in my kitchen, so especially because my kids are kind of younger, I can get them, you know, playing, doing something, and then I could be in here with them, or they could be outside, right out the back door. It's working for us, but I'm starting to where I need a place to actually manufacture. I have a place to store it, and we have a 10 by 12 metal building that we turned into a place to store all of our ingredients, but I really would like a bigger facility, so we're working on it. If you've had any comments, I haven't seen any pop up. Apologies. This is the first time I've streamed like this, so we're testing it out. You're our test subject today. The quality of our camera on our phones are just so amazing now. I just thought I would try, but I'm really not sure what's going on with my camera that we paid a pretty good penny for, so I'm gonna have to figure it out. A little tip, if you mixing, I don't know how well you can see me mixing the lye, please try not to splash any. If it splashes on your skin at all, wash it off immediately. A lot of soapers will tell you to please wear long sleeves. Oh, I think I have a comment. Thank you for Clearwater, Florida, and it disappeared. I gotta get quicker reading. I freaking love Florida, by the way. So thank you for commenting so I can see you. Oh, I was just saying, if it splashes, please wipe your surface. I do not have granite countertops. If you had granite or any kind of porous, cover it. Cover it with, you know, butcher paper, something thick, wax paper maybe. But butcher paper is, you can get it in a giant roll. It's waxy on one side, so it's not going to seep through the paper. I highly recommend, that's what they usually, if you see the mold, the wooden molds, if it's not a silicone mold, they've used the butcher paper. And the butcher paper with the waxy side where you put the soap. So that way it doesn't stick to your soap. And also, I have a thermometer here, but I've done this so many times. I know that I'm keeping this below 90 degrees. This is actually right at 90 degrees. You just don't want to go over, say, 120. If you go over 120, then you're really scorching your milk. It's going to start turning a really weird color, like a yellowy orange color. And then your soap is just, it's just not going to be as white and pretty, and you're losing vitamins and minerals by scorching the milk. I've only heard this, so I just listen to the experts when it comes to that. So plus, who wants to scorch the milk? Sometimes scorched milk can make it smell. You don't want to make your soap smell, especially when you're making an unscented soap. Your soap would be stinky, and because you don't have any fragrance or essential oils covered. So just be really careful when you're making frozen is best. Or you can mix up a lot with your distilled water. Then you can put your milk and your oils, as long as your oils aren't too hot. You could pour it in, but you're going to be using way less. So, okay, just checking. I turn my notification down and I'm getting them across the screen. So I hope that you can hear me okay, because wish you could see that a little better. It is now finally melted. I have my fresh ground oats that I ground in my coffee grinder. I measured them out beforehand. They're nice, fresh, old-fashioned oats. I leave them a little coarse because, you know, a lot of people like a real scrubby soap. I have my honey all nice and measured out. I'm actually going to warm this up a tad bit in the microwave to get it where it'll pour out of my jar really easily. Just like 20 seconds, not on high. You don't want to. Sugars will burn, so you don't want to burn anything. And then now I'm going to get my blender. This is my favorite blender. I've had other ones in the past, but it's a huge, all-clad, German stainless steel blender. The best blender ever. Actually, the shaft ended up breaking not long after I had it. I don't know what happened. They apologized, sent me a free one to replace it. So that was pretty sweet. All the way from Germany. So it took a couple of weeks to get here, but it was here so quick. It really, to me, it seemed really fast. So I was very pleased with that. Okay, I'm going to put my honey directly into, see how beautiful liquidy, that's a great word, nice and liquid that is. I'm going to stir that in there. The honey has a really sweet, wonderful smell on its own, and it, with the goat's milk, it makes the bar smells sweet. So it's really nice. I think what I'm going to try to do is get you just a tad bit closer. Just bear pour the milk. Hey, no. You guys go back to your room. I'm soaping. Either room or outside. That's what we do. There we go. Let's see. You may not be able to see my head, but that's not what you're here for. You're here to see the soap. What do you want, baby? Yes. Okay. So you see the honey in here? It's already turned it this, honey colored. We're going to pour it right in here. And if you're seeing little bits and chunks, it is from the goat's milk, the lye already mixing with the goat's milk and turning it into, it's already taking the fats and turning it into soap. Okay, I'm going to move this out of the way. I think this looks so cool. I want to slow it down a little bit, make sure we got all the little bits at the bottom mixed good. We do not want to put our oats in just yet. We want to keep it blending. We're looking for it to come to trace. Thicker. When you pull out your blender, it'll leave a trace of your blender. And try not to lift your blender too much because you can get air bubbles in there. curious, this is 8 pounds. I normally make a 12 pound, which is about up to here. But all my molds are full from curing the other soap, so now I gotta make do with my small slab mold, and then I'm gonna be making loofah soaps today as well, which you'll see then. Okay, you can see that all the oils and everything is blended really well. I'm going to check the temperature one more time. We're still keeping it below 90, 90-ish. That's where you want to be for cold process soap. So if your oils are over 90 degrees when you start soaping, let them just don't start. Just let them cool down a little bit. Okay, now we're getting thick. Now we're at the first trace. Like you literally put this in and then pull it out. And if you see a little circle, that's perfect. Leave it. Don't mess with it anymore. Okay? The reason why I stop here is because the sugars in this honey is going to speed up the process, and I want this pourable. So I'm going to mix in the oats by hand with a little whisk. I'm just going to whisk them in a little bit. I got to get my whisk. Take off my glove really quick to get my whisk. I didn't touch nothing. Okay, ground oats that I ground myself in my coffee grinder. Just sprinkle a little and then whisk and sprinkle. That's how I do it. I already measured them out, so I know, you know, what I put in is I'm going to be putting all this in. So I measured it before. You want to do about a tablespoon ratio of tablespoon per pound of soap. So a tablespoon of oats per pound, and a teaspoon to 2 teaspoons, never over a tablespoon. A tablespoon max of honey per pound of soap. Any more than that, and it's gonna seize up. It's just not gonna make it pretty. Just because honey is good for you doesn't mean you can put as much as you want in. It's not how that works. Okay, this is mixed in really nice. I see a little bit here on the side, so make sure you scrape your sides real good. This is an old whisk too. And so anything you use kitchen utensil wise is now soap. This is forever my soaping whisk. It was a whisk that actually broke off the little thing, so that thing always wants to come off. Okay, so now I'm just gonna move some of this stuff over here so you can see what I'm gonna do. Let me take my blender away. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pour, I got these little silicone cupcake molds, and we're gonna make some loofah soaps. So I'm just going to, and they set up pretty quickly. If you're wanting to move these right away, then set them on a sheet pan. Actually, I'll do that to show you. Now, the sheet pan is one that I use for food, but I don't plan on pouring soap into the sheet pan. So I should be good not to do that. Just things are very porous, and lye can get into the pores of things. So I'm going to eyeball it, pour it almost to the top. I want to save some room for my loofah. I have a number calling me. I have no idea who it is. Sorry if my phone's like vibrating. I have it on silent. This is why I don't normally like to go live from my phone. But like I said, my other camera wasn't wanting to work. And then Streamlabs wasn't working, and so now I have a go live option. I guess since I finally installed the newest update to YouTube, I got the new update, and so I can do this. So this is my test run, streaming straight to YouTube, not using a streaming application. See, it's already getting thick, which is good. Ooh, gonna get too thick. I gotta make sure I have enough for my mold. When I bought the mold, it said it was a 12-pound mold. I learned my lesson yet again to stop buying soap supplies from Amazon. This was a 12-pound mold on Amazon. It ended up being barely a 7-pound mold. Let me move those out of the way. That's why I decided to put them on a sheet pan, so I could just move them quickly. Okay, I want to make sure there's no little, I'm going to get my little spray bottle of alcohol, because even though these are, you know, soaps, I like to spritz. Those I had already spritzed. This one I didn't. I unboxed it and forgot I didn't spritz it with alcohol, but I spritz mine with alcohol to just ensure we don't got any dust. We don't have anything in here that's gonna be on our soaps. No little hairs that come off my shirt from the animals. I mean, I have cats and dogs, so it could happen. So I'm gonna pour this all in my slab mold. And then if I have any left over, I'm gonna try to fill the rest of that up. This is gonna be perfect, I think. Perfect. So I did an 8-pound recipe. 1 pound-ish is in the cupcake molds, and the rest is going in here. And then I'm going to use plastic wrap, the bubble kind, the bubble wrap, to make the honey comb look. Everybody's been doing that, so I'm not the first one to do it or anything. I'm not taking claim. I watched a soaper do it, and I was like, that is ingenious. And it keeps the soap clean, keeps it insulated for a little while. But I want to say one thing that I haven't found anyone to tell you: don't just leave it on there for 12 to 24 hours. You want to take, once it's done its thing for about 12 hours, go ahead and look at it and check it. And if it starts peeling and it will leave the little honeycomb things, go ahead and take it off, because unless you have time for your stuff to set in a mold for a few days, then you're good. But it slows down your spawnification. So basically you're insulating it and keeping it from the air, and it's not getting any air to cure. And so it's going to take a lot longer for your soap to harden and get out of this mold. So I need this mold pretty quickly. So if I don't have time to wait, I want to take that plastic wrap off within, like I said, 12, maybe 18 hours, just depending on how humid Texas is, because that plays in a factor of when you're making your soaps. Okay, so we're just gonna try to get this level as possible. And then I have this is my lid that come with it, and this is the plastic wrap. I'm just going to take, which I normally would have had this ready to go, but like I said, this was spur of the moment. I'm just going to take and cut this out, not anything precise. Where's my scissors? My children love taking my stuff. Let me move this out of the way. Okay? Nothing too crazy here. We're just there we go. Set this down. Now you want to double check you have the right side of the bubble wrap. You don't want to use the flat side. You want to use those little bubbles. Let's see, did I get it cut thin enough? Oh, I think I did. Let me see. Yes, I did. Okay. So I already got a little bit on it. That's okay. So just press it down. You want to make sure it gets in like all the little crevices. I'm just going to trim this little end piece off. That's another thing I like about having the slab mold. Except for I wish this was a bigger one so I could make a bigger batch. But Nurture Soap has a giant slab mold. And I plan on buying it as soon as I have extra funds. So, and if you're looking into buying and getting into making soaps as a business, FYI, it's a great business. I love doing what I do because a lot of people tell us that our soaps help their skin. That's one of the main reasons why I started this in the first place, is to help our eczema and sensitive skin. And now I've helped so many people switch from their chemical soaps and their, you know, terrible soaps that they buy to these all natural soaps. I mean, it's just really rewarding to hear that. I don't know, rewarding, but it just makes me happy that people are getting the same benefits that our family is. And I wouldn't stop. I'm not making a killing here. A lot of startup costs. I'm still, like, I need more molds. Love using the bubble wrap. It's always worked for me. Mind you, get it done then. Why does the dang comment go away? I need to read faster. It just disappeared. Well, anyways, thank you for commenting. I love the bubble wrap. It's my fave. But I just wanted to say, if you're going to get into the soap making, make sure you got a little money for startup. Your molds, all that's going to cost, all your ingredients. It's going to take you a little while to get a return of your investment. And I ended up buying my big soap cutter, which I'll be showing you. And I love it. Okay, before the other soap's set up, I need to get those. So now, there you go. Now I'm going to move this over out of the way. I love that I have a lot of counter space. High up counter space, too, so my kids aren't poking. They know not to do that. So here's my loofahs, or here's my soaps in here. You can see a couple of them are a little fuller. Not a big deal. Actually, it's going to bother me. So I say it's not a big deal, and then I'm like, no, it is, because I don't want anyone to feel chinsed out. So this one, that's the fullest. I'm going to pull and put it over here with this one. I was going to say it doesn't matter, and then I'm sitting here like, because I want to hurry up, and I'm like, nope, that's not what I would do. So the one I got a little more full. Okay, this one looks a little more full than this one, like tiny bit. Okay. There. Now I'm satisfied. So my loofahs, I used to grow these, and the past 2 years, I've just had no luck. Just the best thing to say. I've had zero luck. So I ordered these. That's why they look so perfect. I'll show you one of my loofahs. I actually still have, we had a horrible freeze, and before my big loofahs grew to their beautiful size, this was the only one that I could salvage. It's sad. See, it's unbleached, and you get to, it's just great. These are amazing. You can use these for sponges. You can use them for just scrub, because when they're dry like this, they're super hard. So, like, you could make these into your dish scrubbers. So I highly recommend, come next spring, plant you some loofahs. They look like cucumbers if you don't know. I've had so many people swear to me that they thought they come from the ocean. And I was like, no, you grow these. You grow them in your garden. So anyways, get you some loofahs. Put it in your soap. I'm telling you, I really, like, I can barely keep them in stock. They're so popular. And it makes an amazing soap dish. So natural soaps, bar soaps, usually stick to your shower if you don't have a way. So I put ours in, we have these little bags. Do I have one out here? No. I have a bag that we put our soaps in. See how cute they are? Ta-da! I need more of these cupcake liners so I can make a whole bunch. So anyways, I guess I tracked, sorry. If you flip these over, it makes a good soap dish. Our soap always sticks if we don't do that. I put them in a bag. It's a soap saving bag. You can look them up on just about any soap website. Wholesale Suppliers Plus, I believe, sells them. If not, the crappy Zon does. I try not to buy from there, but I do. I mean, they are just convenient, and sellers do sell their stuff on there. We've considered selling our soaps on there, but it's a lot of work. And I had paid a lady, literally, in soaps and other things to make a website for us. So it's pretty basic, but you can do it too. There's Wix to make websites. That's where I had a free website for the longest time. So there's other places you could do a website. But back to the loofahs. Sorry, ADHD kicks in, and I had a cup of cold coffee too, so my brain is going 90 to nothing. These are amazing for just about everything to scrub. So you can buy them, cut them like this, put them in your soap. I highly recommend you doing that. We even sell them slices by the slice. So you can buy our soaps and put them on there as a soap dish. It makes a great little soap dish for the bars. And yeah, just wanted to share with you, and hope I inspired someone to have some fun, make some soaps. And if not, this was entertaining because it was so fly by the seat of my pants, Cassie. This is what I do. I just get an idea and I go for it, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Yesterday I did that TikTok live for the men's soap, and I literally come up with the colors and the design like on the fly, and it ended up being probably it's going to be one of my favorite man soaps. I can tell you that right now. I blended the essential oils, kept smelling them, kept thinking I didn't want to make a camo soap, but it's got camo colors and it's swirled. So I'll be cutting those. If you want to see me cut those soaps, I'll end the live, clean up if I got time, and I'll cut them real quick for you guys. So if you'd like me to see, if you didn't see, I'll show you the man soap. The man soap. I'll try to hurry up and clean up because I got to get to cooking dinner. I got family to feed. So have a fantastic day. If I don't come back, if something happens in between, who knows. Thanks for hanging out with me while I do my, what is this, vlogging. Yay, you got your first soap order, and it's Music Mad. Hello. It pops up, and in 2 seconds it pops down. So I better be looking at the screen. Thanks for watching. I should have known you're watching. I'm so happy for you getting your first order. I think I looked your YouTube page up and I didn't find it. If that wasn't you, I'm sorry. I had another lady asking me to follow her. But send me your YouTube if you have one. I'll follow you. I'll support you. I love supporting other soapers. That's why I'm here putting myself out. I barely have a stitch of makeup on. I got my do-rag in. This is what we call a do-rag in the South. Oh, well, psoriasis, goat's milk soap, amazing. Pine tar soap is one of our best sellers. That's amazing for psoriasis. That's right. I will now thank you for putting that. If I'm not following you already, I will follow you. I try to get on Instagram. It's just so many. I have an Instagram, a TikTok, a YouTube, a Facebook, and then there's like more. It hurts my brain. And I don't have anyone like to pay. I don't have the money to pay someone to keep up with this stuff. Heck yeah, frozen goat's milk. Save it in ice cube trays if you didn't already. It's the best way to have of it in ice cube form. When I very first started, I froze them in like quart-sized bags and stuff, or gallon-sized. That took forever to melt. But you're probably smart, because I just decided to try it. Aw, that's so cool. Thank you, Music Man. You're so sweet. I'm so glad you watch, and if I inspire just one person, heck yeah. I know there's not a giant soap community, and I kind of like that because lie is scary, and not everyone should do it. Not everyone. I'm not saying they're not smart enough. I'm just saying you should be at least knowledgeable on some things. You just can't jump in and do it. I mean, everyone could make soap. I'm not saying you couldn't. Let me take that back a little. Don't want to offend anyone, obviously, but I'm just saying you shouldn't go in making soap blindly. You should do your research. Watch more than one soap person, because sometimes there's conflicting stuff out there, or they don't share everything because, of course, it's their business, so they want to have a little special niche, or they want to be the only person that does it a certain way. Granted, got it. I don't share my recipe that we have for sale, because this is the recipe I work so hard for. Yes, Eden's Secrets. Love her. Royalty Soaps. Love her. There's so many. I don't want to name and then not name someone and to be like, oh my God. There's a goat milk soap lady out there. I watch her. She's a great one. I think it's like 3 little goats or something. She's cute, from Arkansas. But to just to go back a little and say, just make sure you're watching more than one person. And then when you start selling and doing your own thing, you can create your own recipe. And that to me is like so satisfying that I figured out how to run a soap calculator, because that looked scary. Had no idea how to do that in the beginning. But it's so satisfying to be able to say, that's my recipe. You know, it's like that batch of cookies or that cake that no one in your family can make but you know, or that certain I make enchiladas that nobody can touch. I'm just saying. And so, and I've given the recipe. I've literally given the recipe, and people tell me that they can't beat it because, I don't know, I just put a lot of love in my food. And I put a lot of love in my soaps. So, when you're making your soaps and you're starting to make a business about it and stuff, just make sure you know cross all your T's, dot all your I's. There's some liability issues. There's all kinds of stuff. So make sure you look into the whole thing. I like to inspire people, but I also like to educate, and make sure you're reading up on all the things. And then if you do start your business, definitely have insurance, LLC. Just make sure you have all your things, so if you come across any legal issues. Labeling, make sure you're looking and knowing what's on your labels, and what you can and can't say. You can't claim you cure anything. Big government will come after you. So with that being said, thanks for following. I'm going to clean up now. I don't know if I got time to cut up that soap. It's almost 5. I'll probably do it tonight. So Yes. Yes, watch the speed of your stick blender. Once you start coming to trace, that's usually when I stop it, because you don't know how fast. If you just keep blending and it keeps getting thicker, you could run into a lot of trouble. It can hardly get it in a mold. I've done that. And make sure you're also watching things with vanilla. Vanilla speeds up and discolors like crazy. So, and just learn those things too. Learn what an accelerant fragrance oil is. There's certain fragrance oils that will speed up or slow down your soaps. So anyways, with that being said, I'm going to go. I'm going to get cleaned up. Yes, florals. Yes, they do. Very good. Thank you for adding that in. Florals. Yes. Lavender essential oil, I have found behaves beautifully, but I use a Bulgarian lavender. Yes, lavender does not. Bulgarian lavender is my secret lavender essential oil. I gotta let my dog out. Thanks for coming by. Please follow us on all the social medias if you got them. Like, comment, subscribe, whatever you want to, but I would love it. You're welcome. I'm sorry it's a little crazy. I'm a little hot mess sometimes, but I really do love inspiring and helping future soap makers or just people who want to do their own soap. Aw, y'all are great. Thank you so much. You guys make it worth it. Or gals. Guys, sorry. I would say guys. I'm a house full of men. So it's guys. Always guys. Even the boy dogs. Dogs are boys. So thank you so much. 3H Farms TX. Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok. I think that's all of them. God, I hope so. And 3hfarmstx.com to order our soaps. And if you want to email and send me stuff, 3hfarmstx@gmail.com. One day I'll put all that stuff in the descriptions. We have a boy cat now, but we did have a girl cat, or she doesn't like the boy cat, so she's outside. She hates him. So we got a little kitty cat, and he is a precious little thing, but he's a mess. So I had to lock him in the bathroom so I could do this video. Have a wonderful day, guys. Let me see if I know how to turn this new way off. Stop. Nope, not that one. Bear with me. I'm going to try to turn it off. I don't know how to do it. Are you wanting to stop streaming? Yes. Bye.